So, what is good, everybody? I usually just post demos on my YouTube channel, but I'm going to start doing sort of vlogish things like this. So, I get a lot of questions on Instagram about fuzz tones, and I figured, why don't I just do a longer form video? And I've done something similar, but it was just comped together from a longer video. So, I'll try to keep this one relatively short, but I don't really do super short content. So, if you do watch it all, thank you. So the sound you heard in the beginning, the sound you just heard, as I say in all my Lovepedal demos, was just this, which is a 90s reissue Germanium NKT275 reissue fuzz face, into this lovely Soraya tone super bass into the top bright channel. And I'll post a picture of how I have it set. So the amp is... breaking up. Lovely. So that's one way to use a fuzz. It sounds to me the best when you have something to create when the amp actually is compressing rather than a pedal, but we're going to get into that. The pedal is also a great way to do it. So the reason I have this set up here, which is, in my opinion, one of the best overdrive pedals to put in front of your fuzz to tame it, and in case you're using like a Fender amp that's not broken up, this really helps. So we'll go, I turned down the amp, and it's on about 2 now, but I've changed nothing. So instead of it being broken up, it's lovely. So, now we'll turn this on, and you get some front end compression, but with the before that, this is into the amp cleaner. It's less round, a little bit fuzzier sounding. Now if we put this on with the fuzz into it, it's much more of a focused sound. So a lot of people do this, especially if you're running the amp clean all the time and you like your clean. It still cleans up because it's germanium. Not as well though if you have it off. And then go into this. It's much less fuzzy sounding, and it's really much like a heavy drive. Still cleans up. Cleans up better that way, actually. So, now, we've looked at this germanium fuzz. Now we're going to switch over to... So now we've gone over and switched to this, which is a Lovepedal hand-wired White Dragon, silicon and germanium fuzz. So, it's set relatively... If I set it the same, and there's 3 knobs on this, volume, gain, and this is sort of like a low-end blend control. So I have it all the way up to be classic fuzz face, and the gain all the way up. So since it's silicon, it's much more aggressive in nature, and it seems to have more gain. I have it biased pretty open sounding, not under bias, which is what I have this set as, and we'll get to this, which is all amazing as well. But for now, what happens with silicon is the gain down a touch. So you max it out, then turn it down, darkens up. And since there's germanium in it, for some reason, it cleans up like that, even though the silicone actually stays a little fuller sounding, but just as clean. Now, into this, don't forget we're still set clean. And this is to remind you where we come from. This is clean. By no means crunchy. Now, this pedal on again. Great sound, not much louder, with the fuzz into it. Now the low end isn't taken away. So again, without this, much raunchier sounding, and then much smoother. In fact, we'll take some bass away. So there's that. So we've actually gone over and switched to the final fuzz we're looking at. Still with the pedal in the same spot. And we'll go back to the original setting I had it at, which was this. Yeah, everything basically at 12 o'clock. So this is the fuzz. This is the amp again. Now, the AnalogMan BC183, it's totally silicon as opposed to silicon and germanium, and then the red fuzz face being germanium. So, I like it pretty spitty. Now, turn the fuzz down more on this one, takes away some of that harshness and the volume. So that's what that does. It's much less low end. I don't know if it's less gain. It's a different kind of gain. And it's really, it's got that spitty thing, so it's very articulate. Pardon bum notes, but it's because I have it biased low. If we bias it fairly high, much more like the other two. So that was high, fairly low. Gated sound. So into this, turn bias low, which I love. To me, it's kind of Doyle Bramhall-esque. It's got that spitty thing and gated sound, but with this, stacking them both. I mean, this one to me is fun to play lots of lead with, and you don't need to hold notes as long. It doesn't always encourage that when biased low, because not that it's the others have such this massive low end and everything gets so big that you just want to. And this one cleans up less well because I have it biased low and because it's two silicon transistors. Good if you turn it down. It's great for that rock rhythm thing. It's just, it becomes a drive pedal, and then you take your brighter, it's less fuzzy. Yeah, it's just a different thing, and it's fantastic. So, thank you very much for watching, and we'll catch you in the next video. We'll talk about many things next time, but figured I'd start with some fuzz. Cheers, guys.